So it's Ronefalk, Canas, Cahello, Bloomfield, Burton, Barufalo, Ongaro, Savoya, Baldo, Oscar, Baldo, Brian, Hernandez, Valanca and Pineda. So you can't say you haven't got a high quality field here, because you certainly have. Canas, of course, the European B IC champion this year. And away goes Ronefalk, and that's probably it for the race. The second, third and fourth sweep down. So it's Canas from Cahello, from Bloomfield. They've all gone off pretty much in order, with Burton in 5. Now, can Ronefalk gap Canas? At the moment they're in a sort of a comfortable gap, but can he spinning it? Lots of spin there for Ronefalk as he comes down. And it is already looking at Ronefalk's way. The battle of second and third. Let's concentrate on second and third, Matt, which is Canas and Cahello. Cahello in the all-white X-ray. Canas in the Kyosho, and Bloomfield trying to catch up in the white and blue Agama in fourth. It's a little bit of an eke out, which I think we're going to see 2 or 3 tenths of a second by Ronefalk each time. Oh, and Bloomfield makes a mistake. So it's now in second, it's Canas, and he throws it round, and there is Cahello. So Cahello, first of all, needs to, if he's got the pace, needs to get past Canas, who's the only person to TQ a round apart from Ronefalk. That was round 5. He did a very good time, but Ronefalk was out to beat it to his tyre delaminated. For second and third. Now Cahello, not famed for his patience in getting past cars, at the moment hasn't even made a lunge up the inside of Canas. He turn around now, drop off the drawbridge. Canas just stretched in a little bit of that second there, and they're going to come round the AstroTurf turn and then through onto the HPI drift. They're going to turn round into the unfinished jump, and they're going to drop down into the crazy golf jump. And underneath us at timing and scoring, and it's the main straight, and at the end of the main straight they'll turn sharp left as fast as they can and go over the X-ray 444 coming through the F for a switchback, and now down a very fast sweeping corner taking in the moat section. It's the moat, it's underneath the drawbridge, and that's the cattle grid. And if anything, Ronefalk's not gapping Canas, and Canas is beginning to bridge the gap from himself. He's dropped Cahello. The lead is, as you can see, 1.5 seconds. It's a comfortable lead for, and I think it's just extended slightly, a comfortable lead for Ronefalk. So Ronefalk might just think, I don't want to push too much. And that time round, it is a gain of about 1/10 of a second for Ronefalk. So he's gone up to 1.6, I think. No, it's 1.5, yeah. And Cahello really, and we're still with Canas. And we're with Canas because that's where the action is. We're not trying to avoid Ronefalk, but really with Canas being in the middle of a potential forward or back sandwich. Into fourth place, by the way, now has come Marco Barufalo, the young Italian, from Bloomfield now in fifth, and made a mistake earlier. In fact, Bloomfield's dropped further down in this lap. So we have a quite static movement at the front here. Ronefalk is being chased down by Canas, though, and Canas is looking very, very aggressive. And the lead now is 1.3. He's getting a 10th time. Let's give a bit of love to Ronefalk. Just move forward to Ronefalk with the effect that we know that Canas now is, because Canas is absolutely flying and he's completely dropped Cahello. So it is going to be a battle in these two at the moment, unless it ebbs and flows over the 10 minutes. And we're down, It was about 5 minutes, sorry, about 3 minutes down, 3:12 down. So Canas not being dropped by Ronefalk, but both of them are dropping Cahello. That time round, 33.1 plays 33.3, so 2/10 of a gain for the man in our frame, Ronefalk. Let's ease it back now to our second place man, the chasing Canas, in the yellow and red machine. The young Spaniard who won the European B Euros in Portugal, as covered by RC Racing TV, and my friend James to my left, back on, and he's definitely gained this time. So a tiny little gain during that time, and Ronefalk is suddenly under pressure for the first time in the entire meeting. Over the unnamed jump. And Canas, absolutely fantastic performance here at the moment, and he's cut down the lead there. It was a 34.2 against a 33.8, neither particularly fast laps, but 4/10 of a gain. Now, Ronefalk is not bothered by pressure. He leads out laps. I think anything that really bothers Ronefalk is the potential of mechanical failure. But at this point, Canas, and we're now coming up to 4 minutes in, and don't forget they're in uncharted territory once we go past 5 minutes as far as everything's concerned. There are tyre wear issues. He goes round the drifter, and I'm sure we can see in the edge of the frame, or the front of the frame, you can see Ronefalk, and they're getting closer again. That time round, 33.4, 33.2. So about 1.5 tenths when you take in the hundreds gained by Canas. Bruno Cahello still in third, and a little bit of a stretch there It looks bigger than it is for a while because as they accelerate to maximum speed, the foreshortening effect of acceleration makes Ronnefalk, the Swede, with the HB racing machine, look even further ahead. And now we've reached a period where Ronnefalk knows suddenly he's got a competition on his hands. Knaus looking for his second European title of the season. That time round, I think it's slightly gained, 33.16 against 33.18, so 200ths of a second gain for Ronnefalk. But this time, I think again, Knaus has gained a little bit back again. So it's ebbing and flowing, and we are just over halfway in what's turning out to be a significantly better race than I thought it was going to be. Just stretching now. Knaus throws it round the HPI drifter. Ronnefalk comes towards us leading. And there you can see in the edge of frame is Knaus. And that time round it was a 33 flat against 33. A great gain there for Ronnefalk. Ronnefalk picked up 6/10 in that one. So Ronnefalk now asserting his authority. A couple of laps like that, and that's going to kind of break the back and break the spirit of Knaus. But Ronnefalk's not had a brilliant lap this time. I mean, it's a brilliant lap compared to everyone else, but not a brilliant lap compared to himself. So Knaus will be actually fall short in that lead, which was up to 1.4 again. That's down again. It's a 33.6. I think a tenth and a half. 3-4. This race is either going to peter out or explode into action. With interesting, Cahello's now found some pace and is catching up Knaus again. But Knaus really just needs a micro mistake from Ronnefalk in the green-tailed car and the white wheels against the red and yellow car with the yellow wheels. A micro mistake from Ronnefalk, even a half second. Now this could be what could be a bit of an issue. They're coming up to back markers as Knaus has another lap where I think there was no real gain either way. Yep, it was 100th of a second of gain to Ronnefalk in that one. Oh, he was lucky there. He got a jump and he actually jumped over a back marker. So he's now got a car in between himself and Knaus. Ronnefalk turns onto the cattle grid. Now it's Knaus on the cattle grid, but in between them is the 12 machine of Martin Valanka. Now Valanka, not known for his ease of passing, but he is being lapped, so you think he would let he's been told to let him go, and he's gone. That's great driving, superb heads-up driving Valanka there, but I think that has net effect lost a bit of time. Because it was a free pass for Ronnefalk, because he just jumped over his head. Knaus had to wait a little bit. Down to 2 minutes 45 seconds. Ronnefalk now gets another relatively easy pass, but that's how it should be. I'm not saying he's being favoured. That's how passes should be. And he is pulling out now. And once the traffic started, it's slightly taken the focus, I think, of the young Knaus away from the race. And he's noticeable. We've got in the back markers, and suddenly the gap's got a little bit bigger. Now also Knaus just met the back marker at the wrong place, which is the 13 of Carlos Pineda Vidal. Because he met him there on the HPI drifter, where it's difficult to position your car effectively, and he lost another 6/10. So Ronnefalk, as he comes through the HPI switchback, he's beginning to stretch out with 2 minutes to go. He has been perfect so far, as has Knaus. No mistakes from either of them. Yes, he has mini landings and slightly wrong. In fact, Cahello's made no mistake either. So the top three drivers have yet to make any sort of mistake. The ebb and flow is entirely about ground speed. And as Ronnefalk now goes around the HPI drifter, he is now just out of reach of Knaus. And Knaus is now hoping and praying that Ronnefalk will encounter a problem, make a mistake. 33.3 Ronnefalk, 33.4. So Knaus has got the ground speed, but not every single lap. And Ronnefalk, who has just been monumentally good here in Alejandro del Turre all through the 3 days of the event, is now about a minute and 20 seconds away from taking the first of the 3 legs of the A final. But I think we have more hope we're going to get a battle out of this, because he's only one mistake away from not being in the top three. Again, he's got past a bit of back markery, the bright orange wheels of the 11 of Borja Hernandez. And his next, I think he's going up to Renault Savoia in a second. So the minute to go, next victim with Renault Savoia. And then remarkably, just ahead of Savoia is Bloomfield. He's had a messy race, because Bloomfield could get within 4 or 5 seconds during qualifying. The two, Bloomfield and Savoia, stop and get out of the way, which is good because their battle was starting. And Bloomfield dropping further down, so this is a race to forget. 2 legs, you can forget the third one. So you can drop the best one. Knaus now a little bit unsighted by Bloomfield, and Bloomfield goes a little bit tight. Should let him go, really. So in half a minute, it is still Knaus coming through traffic, as we can see. Still has to get past Savoia. But Ronefalk is all the way up to Burton, so they've gone a particularly good speed, but in between now. So we're down to last lap, so let's pick up Ronefalk on the HPI drifter, because he's not going to do another lap, I don't think. He's going to come through here, and Ronefalk is about to take leg one, and he hasn't. Ronefalk actually hasn't taken leg one, but Canas has been caught, so he's got a victory lap for Ronefalk. This is all about him. He's won the first leg. He just clipped by about 0.4 of a second the extra lap, but already caught is Juan Canas in second, Bruno Cahello in third, and Marco Barufalo in fourth. David Ongaro comes in fifth. The Baldos are having a personal battle for sixth and seventh, which must be quite fun for them. But coming round now, before they go into tech inspection, flying over, Dave Ronefalk from Sweden, HB Racing Orion, takes leg one of the final. So Ronefalk obviously got an extra lap. In real terms, he was about 2 seconds ahead, which, as you can see, he 2.6 seconds ahead he actually was from Juan Carlo Canas. Bruno Cahello, third, tried to keep up, just missing that little bit of extra ground speed. Marco Barufalo was fourth. David Ongaro, fifth. Oscar Baldo was sixth. Brian Baldo was seventh. They were very, very close at the end. Eighth was Ricardo Burton. Ninth was Renaud Savoia. And then it was 10th. And then 11th was Darren Bloomfield. 12th, Borja Hernandez. And last was Martin Valenka. And now we have 10 seconds. Can Ronefalk win this one? And therefore win the European Championship? Or we have to wait till 3 o'clock this afternoon and have a proper go at it? One mistake will take it out of him, but no one made a mistake last time round. They get away, and again it's 1, 2 and 3, get off 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 have got off. So it's Ronefalk from Canas, from Cahello, who did take off that colourful painted body and put back on his plain white one for the race. Ronefalk again starts very well and immediately establishes a couple of seconds, a second of a lead. Canas never managed to get closer than this in the entire first 10 minutes of the first leg. They all spin round the HPI the first time. 1, 2, 3, but now in fourth place, it's the sixth machine of Marco Barufalo. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, is the 1, 2, 3, 4 from the finishing order of the race, leg one. And I'm afraid for British fans, Bloomfield's had problems again. As Ronefalk now putting down some pace. And this is going a very similar pattern to leg one. Ronefalk got some gap, and Cahello was all over the back of Canas till Canas just found some speed in the middle. But actually this time round, Canas has had a bit of a better 3 or 4 corners. He's just easing it back towards Ronefalk. So Ronefalk, you'll see Canas in the background. As Ronefalk now comes over the jump with no name, he's going to take bounce, and then he goes in and breaks hard. So at the end of that lap, that was a 34.4 against a 33.4 against a 33.5. So he gave a 10th of a second there, and his lead is already 1.3 seconds. It never got up to more than about 2 seconds in the whole of the last race. And we have 10 minutes this to settle itself down. We're a minute and 19 down. Martin Bayer standing a bit too far forward there, I'd say, for his marshalling. Slightly in the way of our camera. So we see a big Czech person in the way of it as they go up the hill. That's Martin Bayer. The Canas holding on bravely, and again they're slightly dropping. The top two are slightly dropping Cahello and Barufalo. That time round it's a 33.4 against a 33.5 against. Another 10th of a second gained by Ronefalk. Oddly, that looked visually closer, but was actually further. So the foreshortening effect is quite remarkable. So Ronefalk is effectively 1/10 of a second faster than Canas, which means at the end of the race he'll be 1.9 seconds ahead or something like that. But Canas really needs to find something. Otherwise, Ronefalk is going to troll round to a relatively unchallenged European champion. And certainly, Canas lost some time there on the HPI drifter, because you saw how suddenly Cahello got much nearer. And that time round, 34.4, 34, 33.9, 33.3. Actually, last time round, Cahello was faster than a lot of them, but a 6/10 loss. Almost all of that was lost on the drift section. Just suddenly didn't hook up properly, and Canas now needs to put the pedal down, needs to really start pushing. And let's make Canas our focus for a while, because he's either going to get overtaken or caught up by Cahello, or he's going to move forward to Ronefalk, who's looked imperious and impervious at the moment. There goes Ronefalk, got some problems elsewhere, but this again, visually, to me that was a better lap. 33.7, 6/10 of a gain there, so slightly slower lap for Ronefalk and a slightly fast lap for Canas, 33.1, though he lost a bit actually immediately turning right onto the X-ray triple. But he's now going to get close enough to start really irritating the peripheral vision of Ronefalk. The Swede, though, not really been irritated by other cars recently. He's more often irritated by his own either mistakes or mechanical problems. He doesn't crack under pressure, this driver. Ronefalk really doesn't seem to have an issue of being chased or followed. He had a problem 3 or 4 years ago when he was much younger. The pressure got to him. There's a famous race where he kind of almost threw it away by crashing before he won his first European Championship back in Reims in 12. But since then, or 13, that pressure thing's not got to him. But he does make mistakes sometimes when he's going full whack, not because there's a car there, and he does occasionally have problems. We lose the number 5 car of Berton. He does occasionally have problems where he loses a bit of mechanical stability. Now, actually, the cars are slightly condensing up. Cahello's managed to hold onto Canas much better than he has done before. Oh, we're correcting a problem we have. We're going to make sure that everyone knows it's A final 2. That's all right. That's the biggest error we make about not logoing the A finals. Right, so these three are gone together. 33-7, 33-7, 33. Again, Cahello is like, but suddenly Canas gets great drive there, and he's right on the tail of Ronefalk, and suddenly we have a race on with still 5:50 to go, so we're not even halfway yet, and Ronefalk paid just a minor third of a mistake, or I don't know, a bit of lack of drive, and he was caught up. But suddenly now, amazingly, Ronefalk just stretches it out, and what actually he's done is actually pushed Canas into the gaping jaws of Bruno Cahello in the all-white X-ray, and suddenly, from being very close, he actually gained another 0.3 there, as Cahello and Canas get really close now. Now, Cahello's got some pretty good lap times here, but he's got a problem. He's got to get past Canas and then catch up Ronefalk. And Canas, who just drifted back there from Ronefalk, now is going back and bridging the gap to Ronefalk again. As Ronefalk was briefly challenged there and then said, no thank you, I don't want to be briefly challenged. He's off again. Almost toying with him, makes a tiny mistake himself there, but gets away with it, and he's not always going to run through and straight through, and suddenly 1, 2, 3, Canas goes through. That mistake is going to be absolutely key. He looked wrong from coming down the start of those 3 corners. It's now Canas from Cahello, from Ronefalk. We'll see that one again in a second, but it's all very, very close. Because Canas has got away. Cahello now, and Ronefalk looking to get them. We need to be really on Ronefalk and Cahello at the moment, because that's where it's going to come. So look again now. So lap on. And now moving forward. So we'll look at that one at the end of the race to see what happened there. But so Canas from Cahello. And it's working really, really well for the Spaniard, because he's got Bruno effectively playing shotgun here. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Oh, that's a brilliant move by Ronefalk. Absolutely brilliant. But it's going to come out side by side. Oh, and they touch. But a superb 3-corner manoeuvre there by Ronefalk. And carrying on now. So he now needs to bridge the gap to our leader, and that is not very far. Cahello there as well. We've got 3 minutes 20 to go. Oh, even another mistake. Ronefalk makes a second mistake there. Down the hill. That's because Crosby's undone. So Cahello's the man to be on, because he's right in the middle. He's now moving back forward to Canas. So 2 mistakes from Ronefalk. Just when he's beginning to put pressure on Canas, he's made a second mistake. So Cahello now must think, right, I've got that irritating Swede off my back. Can I get up to the Spaniard and take this win? Can I get a win? At the moment, Canas, who hasn't put a foot wrong today so far, just didn't have quite the speed last time. He has not made a mistake in 2 races. We've seen 2 mistakes this one from Ronefalk, both at the same point, both at the crazy golf corner. Jump. Comes up the inside of the lapped car. He's going to stop again. And they are really... This is going to be a very popular win for the crowd, put it mildly. Got 2:20 to go. Canas needs to keep it on the island for those 2:20. Cahello now trying to gain, and actually has gained quite a bit this lap. Oh, from the crowd, as Cahello has just found some real massive lap speed here. 0.6 of a second he gained that time. He can't do it every single lap, but individual laps, Cahello has the fastest car out there. No question of talent, this Portuguese driver in the all-white X. Oh, now he's rolled out and he's going to lose third. No, the battle is back on for second and third now. That's a freebie for Ronnefalk. Gives him a chance to attack at Canas. And interestingly, Canas had a bad lap as well as another bad lap. So Ronnefalk's now the man we should be with as he comes off the drifter, because bad lap for Canas and a not particularly good lap for an awful lap for Coelho. And now Ronnefalk is back on his tail again. He's only, 1.1 seconds back. So it's now Canas against Ronnefalk. Ronnefalk, who looked like he was out of it, of a chance of winning this, is back on with a chance of winning it. And Coelho's dropped way down. He's still in third, but 2 mistakes. But now it's the pressure. Can Ronnefalk catch Canas? And the answer is yes. He's almost there already. And can Canas hold him off for 1 minute and 13, which is going to be, oh, come on, he can't do that. It's going to be 2 laps when they come round. So it's 2 laps from now. Canas has got the speed. It's just, has he got the mentality? He did win a European Championship B only recently, but he's got to hold this together. That time round, 33.5, 33.5, no gain either way. Ronnefalk coming underneath on the moat. He can see in his sight where Canas is. He's got a lap and a half to get him. He's probably got the speed if he can just do 2 perfect laps. He's beautiful around that section, dropping off the drawbridge. He's but then he gets too tight coming off the exit, and Canas gets another couple of yards. Canas doesn't look as confident. I think but this time he did get the drifter very, very good indeed. So let's make Canas our focus now, because he is going to be the man who has to make a mistake, I think, in this last lap. It's the last lap now. 30 seconds. Can Canas hold it together and take the second of the A finals and take us to a third A final in about 3 hours' time? He was tentative coming out of the Efra there, and he's losing a bit of space. He's probably tight. He's probably thinking, I've got to hang on. There's a marshal running across to distract him. It's Bayer, but he comes in. That's one of the more dangerous sections gone. Ronnefalk bouncing away, taking that eye line, worrying him, coming in the air. And it's Canas now throws it in. If Canas can just get this next 2 corners, if he can line it up correctly here, if he can make this jump, if he can make the bump, if he can fly, and if he can turn right, Canas gets it! Huge career, huge cheer. Canas gets it from Ronnefalk, from Coelho. The final gap was, believe it or not, almost a second actually. So Ronnefalk gets it, so Canas gets it, Ronnefalk second, Coelho. We go to the third leg, and I think we've got some replays to play from that earlier. So let's have a look at what happened first of all in the VRC Pro replay. What happened at the start, look, it just took off badly, rolled on. This is when he initially lost the lead, because the whole run up prior to that for Ronnefalk had not worked for him. As we go to a third leg, lots of happy people. This is the second replay as they come through in the VRC, and it's just where he shoots up the inside. Beautiful overtaking manoeuvre on Coelho halfway through, and then it all comes tippy-tappy round the side. But the net effect was that Canas carried on being ahead. And finally, this is Bruno, who looked like he was going to win the whole thing, and he was catching up fast, and he just got this jump wrong, and it rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled. But the net effect of all this, as Ronnefalk went through, is that the winner of a really, really exciting second heat is one Canas, and we do get a third heat, which is obviously the thing we always ask for. We always say we don't care who wins as long as we get 3 legs, and that was an absolutely fantastic result and a fantastic race. You can hear the cheering in the pit area, quite brilliant, and it's great when you get a great race, and it sets up a great third final, and they're away, and Ronnefalk makes a good start, and Canas also as well, and they're going up in first and second again. As in the first 2 legs, an initial leap ahead by Ronnefalk, and the Swede takes a few yards of an advantage as Canas builds up to speed. And again, it is Coelho in third. This is something got Bloomfield for company behind him, and it's gone off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have actually gone off in order in that first corner, and already Canas is a bit closer than he has been the previous 2 runs to Ronnefalk the Swede. The Swede coming towards us in the yellow into green car, his famous colours. But Canas makes a mistake. And I thought that Coelho would pick up the inside, and that would have been a major problem. Canas made a mistake on the last corner, bounced down, and that would have been it, I think, because he can't waste time behind Coelho, even though Coelho is exceptionally quick. He has to keep that laser focus on catching up Ronnefalk. So Ronnefalk drops off the drawbridge. Canas now needs to bridge a gap of about 1.2, 1.3 seconds. He's also got to try and go down. Coelho absolutely evening drift special down the car park, that was. And Coelho really looking very racy as well, as a spin takes Bloomfield out of this. So the concentration is second and third, but the advantage is going to be for Ronefalk, who's already got about 1.5 seconds lead. Now, we have a 10-minute race, so it's something that can get dragged back, and Canas needs to get his brain into going forward mode and not worrying about Bruno behind him. Bruno just drops off a little bit. Bruno had a bad couple of corners, dropped off a little bit and gives him some breathing space to Canas. Canas gets a sort of halfway house drive off the HPR section, does it now. So coming across this layout now, it's 33.8 and a 33.8, and the gap is 1.3. So they both did almost exactly identical times last lap round. Bruno a little bit slower, dropped off to 34.4. So he just gave it, but he's already now moving forward. And I'm pretty much certain that over a single lap, Cahello's the fastest person here. I don't think he's the fastest person here over 10 laps. Over 10 minutes. I don't think his car hooks up as well, or perhaps he has to be much more than... Oh, he's come through a brilliant overtaking manoeuvre. That's the first one we see on the HPI. That's a great manoeuvre. We need to see that one again, I think, because I haven't seen that someone actually float round some of the VRC Pro replay, and he's actually drifted round the inside. That's one for the highlights reel. Superb driving by Cahello. Now Cahello's chasing off after Ronefalk and suddenly bridging the gap. Now this is an issue, because what Canas needs to happen now is that Ronefalk gets overtaken by Cahello as well, and I have no idea what they'll decide it by. Is it by fastest time? Oh, well, I should have the tie breaks are different in many different F4 events. What I do know is that Ronefalk wins this. He's won, and he's made a mistake. He's lost some time coming off that bump, so it's going to close it right up. And it was a gain of a second there for Cahello. And Bruno Cahello must be, pound for pound, the most versatile and fastest RC driver in the world at the moment. He just does everything and does everything well. He's a world champion, he's a European champion, he's a European runner-up, all in different events. But Ronefalk is absolutely at the top of his game in this 1/8 scale classes. And Canas, in fairness, did a great... Oh, and Ronefalk... Oh, Canas there! Up on two wheels was Bruno, and this is turning out the absolutely ideal solution for Ronefalk, because Canas and Cahello have got into a bit of a row, and it's allowing him to pull away. But still, we only have 3.5 down and 6.5 to go, and Canas suddenly looks like he's decided, no, he's found his speed button again. I'm not having this. He was overtaken brilliantly by Bruno earlier. Bruno got a bit of a lack of drive, and he wobbled a bit, and Canas decided to come back past him. And now he's got to try and get himself back close to Ronefalk again. Bruno spinning around behind him and looking a little bit quicker down that HPI drifter area. So it's Canas in second, and the gap came down by 1/10 in that one. So go over the X-ray triple and then come down the EFRA switchback. They go through and underneath the motor. Oh, it's on two wheels, but he managed to hold it. It's on two wheels, but held it as he goes over the cattle grid, and that is remarkable. He didn't really lose any time, despite losing half the drive his car should have had and having to correct a massive oversteer moment. I think actually, in fairness, he has lost 2 or 3 tenths actually with that little incident, but he held it. Throwing it in now, Canas. Knows no fear like most of these youngsters. It's not like Ronefalk's that old. He's only 20. That time round, 33.7, 34.1. So 4 tenths lost by that lurid slide underneath the motor section. But Canas still has more than half the race to catch up this gap of 2.2 seconds. And it's not a gap that really Ronefalk will expand lap after lap. He only extends it if there's a mistake made by one of the following drivers. So you kind of think that on ground speed, Canas, it's a long way, 2.2. I don't know if he can make that even in 5 minutes. He needs the help of a wobble or a bobble from Ronefalk, and the one place Ronefalk's been weak in the last 2 heats is this part of the track here, the crazy golf jump. And that time round, 33.8, 33.4. So 4 tenths were picked up there by Canas, and the lead comes down to 2.3. So it must be a bit longer than I thought it was earlier. Oh, 33, I've misread Ronefalk. He got 34.3, not 34.8. So it was a little bit of a gain that time round for Ronefalk. Sorry, apologies. Those Swedish fans who I'm frightening by saying it was a gain. It was pretty much static. So Ronefalk now, as we watch him majestically running around, let's just give a bit of Ronefalk love as he goes over the triple, because at this point he's beginning to stretch his legs and beginning to try and show what he can do. But he's probably a bit surprised by the tenacity of Canas. They weren't in the same qualifying yesterday because they divide the top drivers across 2 heats. Canas was in heat 6 and Ronefalk was in heat 7. So they never got a chance to be on the track together in anger until the first final. I'm pretty certain Ronefalk would have been surprised to see Canas so close. But now, with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go, He's just done a 33.6 against a 33.4. The lead is 2.2. So Ronefalk less than half a mistake ahead. Knaus still has to worry about Coelho, who's bothering him and looking like he's going to get a complete set of third places. Ronefalk, it's in his control now, but he was like this in the second heat and he just lost it at this point here. That time, no such problem. Goes around in 33.5. It's a 33.4. So Knaus is a tenth faster, but unfortunately it's going to take him 22 laps to catch up. And he's got about 6. Correct the back markers, and the first back marker is car 6 and Marco Barufalo, who's already dispatched. Ronefalk will carry on his merry way. The HB Racing Orion powered car on the AKA tyres. Every time he goes over, my heart's my mouth every time he's going over the golf club jumps, the Cozy Golf Club. And what's happening in second and third now, let's concentrate in second and third because Coelho's now right on the back of Knaus, which is going to cause Knaus issues. He did gain, and he lost 4 tenths out of Knaus. I think this is now really playing into Ronefalk's hands with 2 minutes 26 to go because Coelho's got races he's every right to do, and Knaus is having to concentrate on blocking rather than just moving forward. And that's giving a chance for Ronefalk to get away as Coelho really starts pushing hard. .33.2, fastest lap of the entire race just there against a 33.5, so 3 more tenths gone. And it's now, that was amazingly lucky just off camera there because Ronefalk arrived when another car was facing the wrong direction, one of the back markers, actually remarkably it was Bloomfield as the back marker. So Ronefalk has lost a bit of time, he had to brake very heavy on the cattle grid, not a lot, a couple of tenths, because Bloomfield was having an accident with someone else at the time. And then the 11 and 13 just, that was a little bit of a dangerous reload. And yeah, 4 tenths picked up by, and Bruno now battling with Knaus again. Let's go back to Bruno and Knaus, who are just coming down into the moat section now, Matt. That's where the action is going to be for the next minute and 22 seconds. They go past back markers. Can Bruno pick up the second place? I'm not sure they do much good overall, but obviously do him a lot of pleasure, and as we do his X-Ray teammates. It's Knaus. Knaus, how do you get drive off a solid bit of concrete? I don't know. But again, they are just tipping each other up, and the net result is that the overall gain, as Bruno falls into the trap of hitting someone else, is down to Ronefalk, who gained 3 seconds in that lap, and suddenly Ronefalk is no longer really under any pressure. As Knaus rolls, Bruno picks up second. It's all over. Let's go and pick up Ronefalk, who's got a lap and a half to go. So it's Ronefalk now on the HPI drift area. He's got a lap and a half of this event to run. And he will become the European champion for, I think, the 3rd time. I can see them preparing the trophy for David behind us. We will go a word with him as quickly as we can off the rostrum as he runs on his last drop off the drawbridge, his last turn on the AstroTurf, his last go round the HPI drifter. That must be depressing. I wouldn't ever stop going around that. He just needs to go down this piece of straight track. He needs to go up this jump. He needs to do it, and he turns, and Ronefalk wins the European 1/8 Buggy Championships. What a fantastic result for Ronefalk. I'll leave you to the rest of the results. Knaus has just taken the run-up position, and we run up overall, and in 3rd place overall will be Bruno Coelho.
Well done to David Ronefalk there, the new European champion. And we'll just wait for Nick to make his way over to find him. He'll have to be quick.
Are you hearing me?
Yep.
Dave Ronefalk, fantastic. Congratulations. That was some great driving.
Yeah, thank you. After 8-2, I just wanted to keep the car on the wheels for the last one. I knew we're kind of the same speed in the final, so as long as I stayed in front, I knew it was going to be hard for them to pass. I had a couple of bad landings in A2 of that last jump going onto the straight, but I went out before A3 to watch the takeoff, and I knew where I had to put the car, so this time it worked out pretty good.
You were so much faster than everyone yesterday. Were you surprised at how quick Canas and Coelho were?
No, I mean, of course, the finals is a different thing from qualifying. My car was really good in qualifying. It was even good in the mains, but they slowly catched up, and it's also easier to drive when you're like chasing a car. It's easier to be in behind, so then you also push a little bit harder, and they went quicker today. So, but yeah, I never expect to win easy. It will always be a pretty hard fight, and today was a hard fight, and I'm super happy that I came out in the top.
Third European Championship. Does this give you extra confidence going to Las Vegas?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this year has been I've been having some great. I've been driving really good. Just some bad luck at a few races, but now the last 2 races I've been to worked out really good for me. So yeah, the confidence is definitely on top now for going into Vegas.
Fantastic. Congratulations, great drive. Thanks, mate. So that is our new European champion, David Ronnefeldt, and I will climb back up the stairs and we'll say goodbye to you for the whole season. I can't just say goodbye without us all saying goodbye, so I'll hand back to James for a bit of filling for a few seconds while I climb the rickety ladder one last time.